Hey everybody, mediocre cover band guitar guy, how we doing? If you're watching the intro and you're going, oh, there he goes again, just like to let you know the slop is there because I'm I'm sloppy anyway, so you throw 6 beers, especially Rickards Red, at somebody, they're gonna play sloppy. The missus is in Ontario, visiting family and stuff, or spending some time with family. Today she's at Canada's Wonderland, which is awesome. I'm here drinking beer and barbecuing. I know it's Father's Day weekend, so I want to wish everybody not everybody, but the fathers out there, um, happy Father's Day. Tell your kids you want to play guitar. That's your dad's gift. You don't need a tie or a pair of cargo shorts that you bought yourself. You want to play your guitar. Also, if you're in Bay Roberts this evening, go check out Cripple Creek. Don, Searle, Toby, and Brant won't disappoint. And Searle's going to be probably hauling out his new guitar, and that's going to be cool. Also remember, if you're looking for a setup on your guitar, Searle does a great job. And I know I keep saying that and whatever, and people are like, okay, enough with the Searle, but Searle's one of the guys that listens and doesn't do a setup based on what he likes. He does it based on what you like. So he knows when he did my guitar, he and I are we are identical in our influences and heroes and guitar players that we like. And it's like an oddball bunch of fellows from the 80s and 90s, guys like Warren DeMartini, Nuno Betancourt. Like, even though Nuno had that little comeback a couple of years ago, when other guys were just strictly, Eddie Van Halen and then went into grunge and Jimi Hendrix, we were kind of like those shredder type guys, so. But he listened, so he knew what I wanted when I bought my telly to him, and I couldn't be happier with it. So go see Searle. He's on the Facebooks. You can probably message him, and he'll take your money and give you a good setup, though. He just won't take your money and give you a bad setup. You know what I mean? And he's getting into all that, fret cleaning, all that stuff. So I can't speak enough. Anyway, let's get to the task at hand. I'm buzzing here, so I'm sorry. This is not a family-oriented video. So if the kids are in the room, you might want to send them out, okay? Because I don't actually drink in front of my kids. That's the funny thing. So I would imagine you would want me to drink in front of yours. Uh, Guitar solo versus guitar riff. When we all pick up a guitar and we want to like impress people at the guitar shop, it's always something, where you're going to run through like a bunch of pentatonic, as opposed to playing a song or a riff, you know? So what grabs you? This is for the viewers out there. What grabs you when it comes to a song? Do you automatically listen to a song with like shitty hooks and shitty riffs and go, well, the guitar solo is great, so I'm going to put this on repeat and listen to it the whole day? Or does, the actual hook, like when you're listening to Crazy, when you were like a young kid and Crazy Train came on, like for my generation, the Gen X guys, did that opening riff get you and go, oh wow, fuck, that's banging? Or did you keep going back for the solo? Unfortunately, it was a bad example because it's both awesome, but it's like a lot of the Van Halen stuff. Eddie's rhythm parts were probably as complex as some guys' like hardest work in the solos. He was, just brilliant. Same thing with George Lynch and guys like that, just crazy off the hook playing all around, not just solos. So we focus on the solos, we focus on practice and scales and things like that, but what about the chords, right? Tom Bukovac, it's all about the chords. A lot of the session guys in Nashville, you don't make any money past 12 fret. So what captures your attention when you listen to a song? Is it all the solo, or is it a little combination of everything, or does that riff, does that hook get you like as soon as you hear it, right? That's my question of the day. So I'm not going to bother keeping you here any longer. The video is probably going to be long enough, even with the intro edited. Happy Saturday, guys. I'm going to go fire up the barbecue now in a minute and barbecue a shit ton of hot dogs. I was reading through some comments a while ago, and somebody said I was the Ricky LaFleur of like guitar-oriented YouTube channels. I take that in pride because I've been watching a lot of Trailer Park Boys lately.